Okay, stop where you are. I'm assuming that if you clicked on this video, you are trying to level up your guitar solo game. So if you're ready to go from this to this, then this is the video for you. I've got 3 minor pentatonic licks that are gonna help you send your guitar solos right over the edge. So stick around, let's play some guitar. What is going on, my friends? So good to see you guys again. For those of you who don't know, I've been teaching guitar lessons for quite a few years now. I've learned a lot of great things along the way. I have made myself a better player, as well as being able to help out other people along the way, whether they feel like they're hitting a plateau or whether they're just getting started. So today, I want to bring you a guitar lesson. This is anything from beginner to intermediate. Anybody who's interested in doing guitar solos or is just learning some theory or whatever it might be, this is the video for you. But before we go too much farther, jump on down, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing here. I'd really appreciate the support. And we just hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm so stoked about that. Thank you guys so much for helping me get there. Let's just keep this train moving. With that being said, let's jump on into this pentatonic lesson today. Now, as I said earlier, I have 3 minor pentatonic licks for you guys today. And for those of you who may not know what I'm talking about whenever I say minor pentatonic, at its very core, penta means 5. So we're working with 5 different notes that are all kind of taken out of the minor scale, if you want to think of it that way. So I'm going to do a quick little rundown as to what the minor pentatonic scale is. That way we have a good understanding of what we're doing as we go forward in the video. So today we're going to be working out of A minor pentatonic. Again, it's only a 5-note scale, but the notes that we're going to be using for that scale are A, C, D, E, G, and then we're back at A. Today we are only going to be using box 1 of our A minor pentatonic scale. So let's run through that real quick as well. We have A, which is first finger on the 5th fret. I'm going to throw my pinky, or you can use your ring finger, up on the 8th fret, and that's going to be C. Now we move to the D string. I'm on the 5th fret with my first finger, that's going to be D. I'm going to go to my ring finger on the 7th fret, that's going to be E. First finger is jumping up to the 5th fret on the D string. That's going to be my G, or my flat 7. And then I'm back to A with my ring finger, which is on the 7th fret of that D string. So now the notes just start to recycle as they do with anything like a major scale or whatever it might be. So we've just ended on this A. And now we're going to jump to the G string. We have C on the 5th fret. On the 7th fret, we have D. Go to the B string. With our first finger on the 5th fret, we have E. I'm going to throw my pinky up here on the 8th fret of the B string. This is going to put me on G. And then first finger on the 5th fret, A. And then my pinky again on the 8th fret of the E string, C. So here's the whole thing very slowly. Those are the only notes that we are going to be using today. Let's jump on into this first lick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on D, which is my first finger, 5th fret on the 5th string, or the A string. I'm going to hammer on 2 frets up, so the 7th fret with my ring finger. Okay. Now my first finger is going to go to the 5th fret of the 4th string, okay? And then I'm going to go to my ring finger, it's 7th fret on the 4th string. So now first finger is going to jump up to the 3rd string, back down to the 4th on the 7th fret, back down to my first finger on the 5th fret. My ring finger is going to jump up to the 3rd string, 7th fret, down to the 5th fret, and my ring finger jumps back down to the 7th fret of the 4th string one more time. Very slowly. One more time. So one thing you can start to do early on, which I feel adds a little bit more soul and life to the notes, you'll notice that when I go to my first finger on the second to last note of this lick, I'm doing the tiniest little bend. In music, we talk about a blue note. Well, this is a great example of this. I'm on my minor 3rd or my C, and I'm gradually bending it up just a little bit. I'm somewhere in between C and C sharp. You can hear that little bend just gives it a little life. Here's without it. With it. Fast. All right, let's jump into this next lick. So I'm starting on my 5th fret, 4th string, and I'm sliding up to my 7th fret, okay? Or G, A. Now my first finger is going to jump up to the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Ring finger goes to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. First finger is going to jump up to the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So one more time. Back down to the 3rd string, 7th fret. And then back down to my first finger on the 5th fret of that 3rd string. So, okay, one more time. So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to jump up to my pinky up on the 2nd string, 8th fret. I'm going to go to my first finger on the 5th fret of that 2nd string. My ring finger is going to come down to the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and then back up to my 5th fret of my 2nd string. So up to this point. Now here's my favorite part of the whole lick. Pinky is going to come up here to the 8th fret on the E string, or the 1st string. My ring finger is going to go to the 8th fret of my 2nd string. My middle finger goes to the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And then my first finger jumps over here to the 5th fret of the 1st string. So that last lick is one more time. All together very slowly. One more time. All right, let's head on to the third and final lick. So this one is undoubtedly the hardest of the three. It kind of feels like a tongue twister, but you know, for your fingers on the fretboard. So I really love the types of exercises where you get to kind of work through a sequence of notes and you recycle the same kind of movement over and over again. And so it was kind of inspiring to me to take something like that, try to make it feel somewhat more musical, something that's usable in a solo situation. So this is what I came up with. So for this lick, we're gonna start up on this high E string or the first string. I'm on the 5th fret for this A. I'm gonna throw my pinky up on that C, and I'm doing a hammer-on. You don't have to. You could pick the entire thing. You can do hammer-ons. It doesn't really matter. My ring finger is gonna jump down, grab the 8th fret of the 2nd string, or G, and then we go back to our first note, which was A, 5th fret, 1st string. So all we have so far is... So now we have to do this weird little move where we actually roll our first finger down to the 2nd string. Some of you might be like, that's bad technique, Chad, what are you doing? I don't care right now. I'm just trying to get the job done here. So I am gonna roll my first finger from the 1st string to the 2nd string, still on the 5th fret. So I've just done, roll my finger down. I'm gonna do the exact same move. Now I have to make one little adjustment. I'm on the 2nd string, 5th fret, hammer on to the 8th fret. Now this time my ring finger is gonna go down to the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and then back up to the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Again. So all together so far. And you can probably guess what I'm about to do. Roll my finger down to the 3rd string. I'm gonna hammer on this time to the 7th fret instead of the 8th. So 5, 7, okay, or C, D. My middle finger is now going to be the one to jump down. I'm gonna go to the 7th fret of my 4th string, and then I'm gonna go back up to my 1st string on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So here's what we have so far. And again, same sequence. Jump down to the 4th string. Okay, so again, I'm on the 4th string, that's 5, 7, down to the 5th string, 7th fret, back up to my 5th fret on my 4th string. Okay, or that's G, A, E, G. My 5th fret on my 5th string, same move. I want you to hammer on from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. Now my pinky is going to come down to the 8th fret on the 6th string. And then I'm gonna go back up. This is where things change. I'm gonna go back up to my ring finger on that 7th fret of the 5th string, or E. And then I jump down to my first finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string, which gets me back to A, or our 1, okay? Very slowly, this is what we're working with. Again. A little faster. Try it out. Different keys, you can put it on different places on the fretboard. This is a really cool sequential kind of lick that is really fun, a little bit challenging, and definitely useful. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. Hopefully these licks have inspired you to get playing, whether it be getting through this rut that you're trying to get through, or whether it be just starting to solo on the guitar in general. I'm hoping that these licks will help you guys out and that you'll just have some fun with them. Speaking of which, if you are learning these licks, go crazy. Post a video on Instagram or YouTube or whatever it might be. Tag me in it. I would love to see what you guys are doing with these licks. My Instagram is tagged down in the description of this video, so be sure to tag me if you are working on these licks and posting them online. And guys, as always, I really appreciate y'all just hanging out with me and giving me your time. It means more than you guys know. So again, I really thank you for that. If you like what I got going on here, jump on down, subscribe to my channel, like this video. It really helps out, and I'm gonna try to keep on pumping out content for you guys. Let me know what you want to see more of. Do you want more lessons? Do you want more gear stuff? I kind of like doing all of it, so I'm game to do a little bit of everything, but y'all let me know what you like seeing. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Jump on down, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.